Hello, you guys. This is Dirty Boxing TV, and today I'm gonna be giving you guys my UFC 272 predictions. So let's start off with the first fight. We got Dustin versus Mihal. I'm surprised this fight is not gonna be later in the card, because these are two good fighters, both on win streaks. So I think Dustin could win this fight. I believe I let's go for second round KO. If Dustin uses his height and his reach, I think he can knock him out. And we have the odds. We got Dustin as a favorite in this fight. We got Mihal, who is the underdog. It'll be a good fight. On next fight, we got Devontae Smith versus Ludovic Klein. So I'm unfamiliar with Ludovic Klein. I really never heard of him. Devontae Smith I heard of. I seen like one fight of his. So I'm not gonna give a prediction on this fight because I'm not familiar with the fighters. Next fight, which I believe got canceled yesterday, Jessica I versus Fiorat. I believe that fight did get canceled. Jessica I fell through with an injury, so hopefully she's back by the end of the year and we can have this fight. Next fight we got Tim Elliott versus Tagir Ulanbekov. Tim Elliott's been looking good in his last couple fights. I believe he's on a three-fight win streak, and Tagir Ulanbekov, I think he's 2-0 in the UFC. So it's gonna be a good fight. I think I've counted out Tim Elliott way too much, and he always comes through. I'm pulling with Tim Elliott again. I think he can. I think he's gonna keep that win streak alive. I think Tim Elliott can win this fight decision. All right, next fight we got Brian Kelleher versus Umar Nurmagomedov. As you see, as Umar is the favorite in this fight, which by a big margin. I think Umar does pull this off. I think in decision, Brian is a little tough. He can take punches, and his takedown defense is pretty good. So I'll go with Umar by decision. Next, we're gonna start with the prelims. We got Marina Moroz versus Mariah Agapova. I think I said that right. This is another fight I'm unfamiliar with. I heard of Mariah Agapova, Marina. I never heard of her. So I'm not gonna go with prediction on this fight. Same thing for the next fight. Nikolai and Kennedy. I've seen Kennedy. I believe he got a finish in his last fight. So I think Kennedy can win this fight, but I've never heard of the Nikolai. So when I watch these fights, I'll make sure next time I remember the name. Okay, so then now we got Marina Rodriguez versus Yan, and Yan, I believe she got knocked out by Carl Asperosa her last fight. So she's coming off a loss. Marina Rodriguez, she's on a win streak. She defeated Mackenzie Dern in her last fight by decision, I believe. Decision. I think Marina, she's about two fights. I think next fight, if she wins this fight coming up, I believe she gets the next title shot. She deserves it. She's been on an incredible win streak, so I believe she wins. I think second round KO. She could win that fight. Next fight, we got the Tarantula, one of my favorite fighters, Jalen Turner against Jamie Malarkey. And I'm not gonna be biased. I think Jalen Turner, he looked good in the last fight. I think he can win this fight because he does have the reach on him. If he uses his reach correctly and his height, I think Jalen Turner can get this done. I'm going with the first round KO. First round KO. But Jamie Malarkey is he's as tough as they come. So it'll be a good fight. If not the first round, we can see it going decision Jalen Turner. Okay, next we got Sergey Spivak against Greg Hardy. So I'm not a big fan of Greg Hardy. After I was kind of happy when he got knocked out by Tai Tuivasa, but you can never count him out too. He took off. He got a nice rest. He's probably working a lot. Sergey, I think he got knocked out by Tom Aspinall in his last fight, but I think he's gonna bounce back and win this fight by decision. So that's a good way to start the main card off. Kevin Holland against Alex Oliveira. So we got Kevin Holland, who's on a two-fight lose streak. I believe he lost to who did he lost to Martin Vittoria's last fight, I believe. But he's working on a lot of wrestling. So I think he can. I think he's gonna come back. He's gonna bounce back and win this fight. I think he can get Oliveira out in the first round by KO. And he got the reach on him. And if he uses that correctly, and he got the height on him, if he uses that correctly, he can win this fight. And you got him as a favorite at minus 240, so that should be a good one. We got Edson Barboza versus Thug Nasty Bryce Mitchell. I got Bryce Mitchell in this fight. I think he's just gonna be in his face. He's gonna try to take him down, looking for that submission. Bryce Mitchell's boxing is really good. It's improved a lot, but you can never count Edson Barboza out. After he did the Shane Burgos, I was surprised. So you can never count Edson Barboza out, but I think Bryce, it's his time now. So I think Bryce can win this fight by second round submission. And you have him as a favorite at a negative minus 155. Next fight, this was a really tough pick for me. You got Rafael dos Anjos against Rafael Fiziev. You got, I feel like they're almost the same fighter. They're almost similar. They have the same, their striking is about the same, and maybe Rafael has better jiu-jitsu. But surprisingly, I do got Rafael dos Anjos win this fight. Rafael dos Anjos, I believe his last fight was Paul Felder, and he looked good in that fight. But Paul Felder, he's retiring, so he took that fight when he shouldn't have took that fight, I believe. But Rafael Fiziev, I thought Bobby Green when he fought Bobby Green, I thought Bobby Green was winning that fight, was gonna win that fight, but he ended up winning it, Rafael. So this is a really tough pick for me, but I got Rafael dos Anjos winning this fight for the co-main event. Now we got, in my opinion, this is probably gonna be the best fight in the last decade, hype wise. You got Colby Chaos Covington against Jorge Masvidal. So they used to be former friends, and then after everything else is history. I got I had Colby Covington in this fight. So I think I feel like the trash talking is gonna be the best thing about this fight. I feel like Colby's just gonna go in and try to take him down every round, which is I believe is gonna be a boring fight. But you never know. If Jorge Masvidal can defend the takedown, stuff the takedowns, we can you can see him knocking out Colby. But they're both coming off losses against Kamaru Usman, and but Colby looked impressive. You saw him; he rocked Kamaru Usman. I don't think Jorge could have. I don't think Jorge even landed a significant punch on Kamaru Usman. So Colby's boxing, Jorge Masvidal is way more superior, but I wouldn't count Colby Covington out in the striking. I think he's gonna pressure Jorge a lot. I believe Jorge might gas out by the last two rounds. I think Colby can win this fight by decision, but it will be closer than what people are saying. I don't think Colby's gonna cakewalk through him, but I think Colby will win this fight. And so those are my predictions for UFC 272. And thank you guys for watching.